Namaste and La Catch, my family. We are here in Sedona. It is the night of the greatest supermoon of this century. I am here as your tour guide tonight to try to express some moments of gratitude, as well as the level of experience and some of what's been going on upstairs in the airwaves, I should say. Being here in Sedona is an amazing honor to facilitate this role, which I feel myself stepping into. I think it's really important for all of us to look inside of ourselves to see the reflections of one another and how we all operate here on this amazing ship, Earth, together. One of the roles I've felt myself beginning to undertake, and I'm sharing this with you because I feel that many of you also share this reflection. And like I say, as always, this is a reflection of my own experience. This is a reflection of me being conscious, and this is a reflection of my path towards my own individual understanding of how my environment and how consciousness, energy, vibration, frequency, and all of us work together. So, that being said, the past 3 nights of this supermoon, and I'm going to label this video the supermoon. Right? When I was asking my guides, what is this reflection? More so, what is the energy I'm feeling? Since past 2 or 3 nights, I really couldn't sleep very much. I was up. I talked to many of my fellow Sidonians, and the last couple nights have been very energy's kind of up and down. You're waking up at 1:30 in the morning, you're remembering a little bit of a dream, you're going back to sleep, waking back up at 3:30, and what is this? Well, to understand that when you're entering dream sequence, okay, say this is 3D, I'm going to sleep. When you enter into that arc of your sleep pattern as you go into theta, right? Say you resonate here on the upper echelon or the highest end of your dream sequence. Let's just say, you say this right here would be 6D, 5-6D, let's just say. So here you are in 3D, I fall asleep, I go high REM, I bang, I go through 4, I'm in 5-6D. Say 6, sounds better and it feels more closer to my heart. Well, once you're there, you have to understand that you also now have to come back down. The dream sequence is going on, and now you're about to wake up. Now you've had a full night's rest. You're coming back down, right? From 6 to 5 to 4 and back into 3. To understand it, it's an arc wave. You are actually existing on a frequency, a bandwidth, right? Which you are riding. Your consciousness is riding as you go through these days and these nights. All right. Well, some of the times when you wake up in the middle of the night, the important thing about those moments is there's a reason why you woke up. When the mainframe, when your CPU, when your consciousness, when your vessel, when your life force wants you to remember something, well, depending on what the hardware is, your chemical computer, depending on what the variation or specificity of that experience or level of consciousness of that vessel can understand, they'll give you little 2 or 3 frames, maybe right before you get up in the morning. That's why maybe when you have a dream and you do a long sequence, say you sleep 8 hours, and you wake up in the morning and you get like maybe 1, 2, 3 frames. I put frames as an experience or an explanation of movies. Frames, audio and a visual. You got a frame, 30 frames per second is what your eyes view at normally. Okay, so when your dream cycle is broken though, and say you wake up at 1:30 from a weird dream, go back to sleep, and you wake up at 3:30, again, wake up from a weird dream or experience something, what you're actually doing is, and then wake up in the morning, right? You're actually getting 3 opportunities to view something. Now what I want you to understand is when you're going through these dream sequences, maybe the first one you're partying with your friends in your dream sequence, and say you're in 5D or 4D and you're having a good time. If it looks like you're on a vacation in the Caribbean, that's 5D. Okay. If it looks like you're in a club in Hollywood, that's 4D. Okay. If it looks like you're in Avalon, okay, there's horses, there's steeds, there's crystals, there's jewelry. It looks like Lemuria, Avalon. Go ahead and throw that in 6D. Okay. What I'm trying to get to is, if you guys can pay attention to the environment of what you're dreaming in, what are the outfits that people are wearing? I had this amazing dream. For example, this is how you break this down. I had this dream, you guys were there. What dimension was it? Well, very simply, the first thing I ask is, what were they wearing? What were they talking about? What color was the sky? What did the vehicles look like? Okay? Break down the details of that dream sequence and then play those little pieces back. Because when you're pulling information through the veil, right, or through this buffer layer of consciousness, these multiple firewalls to keep us fractaled in this minimalistic form, okay, whatever vocabulary or vernacular you want to express with that, to understand that you're truly, as a multidimensional being, accessing multiple realities simultaneously. While you're asleep, you're actually monitoring maybe 6 dimensions simultaneously through the eyes of your other fractals, which are all simultaneously linked, okay, through parallel realities that are coexisting side by side on Earth every planck second that ticks by. Okay. Some of you guys get the space. I'm walking down a corridor on a spaceship. I hear the hum. Okay. Understand that usually when they transport a vessel, when he actually goes upstairs, say you are sleeping, your energy body rises, you see your fractaled self, then your guides help you up, and you actually would then see yourself get on a transport and go somewhere. Okay. When you're remembering different sequences of, say, being on ship. Okay. Well, for me, that's really important, one, but two, the reflection of what you might feel in your dream time when you're actually up on ship. For example, you guys get this all the time. I'm at the airport. I'm at the airport. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm at the airport. You're not at the airport, bro. That's just what they tell your consciousness so you don't freak out. You're actually getting up on a ship and boning out across the planet, landing, and then I'm at an airport terminal. Again, they have to use the experience that you as an individual have experienced in this incarnation. Hence, what I mean is they can't show you something you don't understand. So what will they say is, instead of being in a dry dock on a spaceship, you'll find yourself in Fiji at the airport wearing a Hawaiian shirt. So I'm trying to get to. You have to understand how they break down the levels of consciousness so that can be expressed to you so you can understand what's going on. All right. That's the little limerick, that's the little fun stuff that you'll begin to understand as you become more conscious. Okay. What else? Supermoon, man. Okay. Super on the supermoon. What else is going on? The alliances that are formed and set as far as this revalue, as far as these funds being released for planet Earth, as far as these kingdom funds, as far as these prosperity packages. What I can say about that, the timeline has been engaged for all of us to actually experience what abundance is and not what someone tells us abundance is supposed to be. There's a great difference there. The time has come on this planet for many of those who are stewards, who are left in charge of it, to now also pay attention, follow obligation, and through love, compassion, and harmonization, understand when different flavors of experience involve themselves in a game as magical as this one. Okay? To understand that the security and the oneness in all things is what is most important. If Creator was viewing this planet, he would not see duality. He would see you, your stream, every single being that you are attached to, all the way to the core of this planet and back. He would not differentiate as, say, when you go into space, let's just say. When you go into space and you're looking at Earth, it looks like one planet. Okay, it's one beautiful planet. Well, Creator sees the same thing. He doesn't see our borders, he doesn't see our differences, he doesn't see all these little things, right, that we think are so important. Rather, he sees family. Now, I say that as far as God, Yahweh, whatever being that you feel is the best, the awesome, the one, the true, whatever that is for you. All these other words are just vocabulary to try to explain something that is beyond what our vocabulary can explain. Those words really haven't been invented yet, right? Or we haven't remembered yet what that truly is. And just to feel a fraction of it, it's quite powerful. So, that being said, to understand that all of our star families and all of our loved ones and all the planets and all the things in our universe and our galaxy and our solar system, they all feel that same pulse that goes through their hearts. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. As to the heart of the planet. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Goes through all things, right? That type of force, that type of source code, that type of prime creator, that type of force is what is around us at all times. Okay? So, remember that. Because sometimes we get a little, sometimes there's some conflict on Earth. Yes. Sometimes this same conflict that's going on right now is the same conflict that's been going on for thousands of years. This is just the new version of it. This is the new face of it. This is the new spin of it. It's just a spin. It's a spin. What I truly feel for my generation and the generation, the young ones to come, and truly the indigo's children, the crystals, what I truly feel for us. It takes one generation to forget this pain and suffering and try something new. Learn something new. Remember something old and true. I know sometimes it seems very complicated. It's not that complicated. It's exactly the type of shenanigans that got us into the situation we are in right now. It's just in reverse. If you can create this situation, then guess what? You can uncreate this situation as well. Okay? The main thing with this test for all of us, as we share our reflections with one another, okay, as you share your reflections with your higher selves, okay, you start to embody this level of understanding, right? And it starts to move and course through you. And then as you get larger and your energy expands, it's almost like golden light. It starts with you, and then gets the size of your house, and then gets the size of your building, and then gets the size of a city park, a city, and you keep expanding this light out. When you do that, I want to explain something that's really awesome that happens. I feel like we are all catalysts, all of us light workers and light beings here, and I want to share with you something from my heart and what this might feel like if you were to experience this. It's more important to remind us all, right? That's the importance of where we come from. And in that moment of remembering where you come from, you can begin to actually look at your environment and kind of see, what you're working with, and maybe some things that might put you back on the path to really working on yourself, working on your heart, and truly being a harmonious being. And that's all I can really say about that. But that was the easiest thing for me to say. Send me in. I'm here to get my homies, and I'm here to help out. So I know many of you guys have higher selves that have the same type of due diligence that I do as my higher selves do, and I share. And for those of you guys who have those types of higher selves and these types of missions that you do, us light workers, grid workers, and you have a hard time relating sometimes with your environment, or sometimes some of the things that you have to go through to gain that experience and to gain truly what you are able to interact with. Mind you, many of us who incarnated here and grew up here, part of that integration was very important, because if we wanted to truly see and feel and experience a certain situation, let's just say, and then how to harmonize a certain situation, right? You would have to have those experiences and made those memories to understand, well, oh, that's kind of like this. Oh, that's kind of like that, okay? The emotions are the same, but to understand that you needed this incarnation to be here now in the present moment with all of that experience to help out and aid your brothers and sisters, especially when they're waking up, okay? And to get us to this transition as fast and harmoniously as possible, because that's the key. It's grace, to do something that's very difficult for all of us and make it look effortless. That is something that I think we're all working on, and I think that's something that is really worth truly understanding, taking that knowledge, turning it into wisdom with your experience, and truly feeling what it feels like to hold a position of responsibility, to hold a position of love, unconditional love, and to love all of us as one large family, and kind of be like the grandpa or the grandma, right? And to kind of think of all of us as just kids learning. And for all of those who've been on the path for quite some time, and sometimes you might hit a glass ceiling in your understanding, I'll explain what this glass ceiling is, okay? And how I kind of got out of that. Or I was lucky enough to have the aid that I did through my higher selves to try to steer around some of the things that and the dogmas that might slow you down, okay? The main thing, the truth of it all is, how would you like to be treated? With respect, okay? Love. What type of being and what type of energy would you like to reflect to others? Okay? What type of vibration or mood would you rather be in than, say, another? What is your moment of bliss? What is the happiest you can be? What do you enjoy doing? Sharing these things with one another. That greatly helps. Staying consistent. Taking care of your vessel. Taking care of your spirit. Do your meditation. And getting out into nature. Connecting back with Gaia and her awesomeness. Okay? So I hope this helps on this beautiful supermoon we have here in Sedona to understand we are all in this experience together, and we're only here to remind each other, right, that much faster, of how we get back into our centers, how we get back into that place of bliss, and how we can share that with everyone on earth. All right. So just know that I love you guys very much. Sending love from Sedona on the supermoon, and I'll see y'all very soon. Peace.